Hello, this is Dale with foodoffensive.com, and I have been covering a little bit on GMOs here the last couple videos, and I continue to do that here. If you saw my last video, it was an introduction to this whole Whole Foods GMO scandal thing that's going on, and I gave you a little intro on that and said that I would release a couple more videos with some clips that I've collected concerning that, with some breakdowns on what's going on with it and some different angles of why it's such a big deal. So without further ado, this is that video.
Listen, here's the deal. I don't like being bullied. I don't like being pushed around. And Whole Foods is now the biggest so-called organic healthy food store in the world. Billions and billions of dollars a year in profit. I've even one time run into the original founder on the street, here in Austin. He lives here in Austin. I'm told he listens to the show. My wife shops at Whole Foods. It's overpriced, but you can find organic food there. There's knockoffs of it all over the country. Central Market, HEB puts out. And Monsanto now has members on its board. That's confirmed 2 years ago. And they're letting you know more and more that they've got GMO in there. And you see, Whole Foods helped mainline organic healthy food, old-fashioned food. You're like, ooh, grass-fed beef, ooh, fancy. Cows are supposed to eat grass, not ground up dead dogs and stuff. That's what a lot of animal feed is, actually ground up dead dogs. Your dog gets left at the vet, it dies. They say, oh, we'll take care of your dog for you. Most of the time it isn't being cremated, folks. It's being sent to a dog food factory or an animal food factory. The point is that Whole Foods is a globalist operation now. It has all these magazines up front about, oh, the family's not good. Oh, austerity's so trendy. Oh, don't have plastic bags. It's bad. Oh, we're going to henpeck you. But Whole Foods overall has got a lot of good people working there. They got a great selection of foods and things. I don't hate Whole Foods, but you got California in the polls 2-1 set to pass Prop 37 to just say, hey, we want our food labeled. The United States is the beachhead worldwide of the eugenics operation that is GMO and all the big studies sterilizing and giving tumors and killing the rats and guinea pigs and other mammals they tested on. And so I've done reports on Whole Foods. I can go to the regular grocery store. We were thinking about doing a report showing the regular grocery store and all the horrible stuff in it versus some of the better stuff, at the nicer grocery stores, and show how it's a class thing, how the poor people are just being killed, and then how the rich people have access to the organic stuff, or the wealthier people, the middle class. All of this is going on. I'm a customer of Whole Foods for 20 years. I've lived in Austin for 22 years, and I have been a customer. My mother's been a customer. I have a right as a citizen to go in there. They operate as a commons, and to show, hey, look, they got a sign up saying we don't have organic now. Hey, look, they put us on notice. People go and cover it. There's a group called Organic Spies. Really smart to call it that, so people take notice. They went and just showed the admitted stuff that's GMO. That's insect genes and things. That's crops that grow their own pesticide. You need to physically see it, not just have some quiet announcement like you let gas out in church. We want to have it big and roaring there so everybody hears it. And see, I was going to send my reporters out just to talk to Whole Foods customers, out at the street. I'll probably call the cops so you can't even be on the sidewalk. We own Austin. But now, because of things like this, in live time, they are pulling the videos down, claiming that it violates terms of use. Whole Foods censors GMO Exposé, undercover video investigation investigating admitted presence of GMOs at Whole Foods stores is pulled from YouTube. And we've tried to talk to them the last week. They won't talk to us. We're right here in Austin. We got like 8, 9 reporters, 10 reporters total, I guess. Some of them are part-time. Mike Adams lives here in Austin, become a magnet of patriots. He's tried to talk to them. They won't talk to him. So my answer is, hey, everybody should go show the GMO stuff at Whole Foods and put it on the web. Because, see, now it's not just about GMO and Monsanto coming into your company and Bill Gates. Now it's about our First Amendment. See, you don't want us as consumers to go, hey, we like Whole Foods. What are you doing? Because, see, now it's just going to be more and more GMO. And Whole Foods isn't fighting, last time I checked, to get Prop 37 passed in California. So now they've gone from being this bulwark, hey, Whole Foods, if you want to play this game, that's fine. We'll see where your stock goes, and we'll stop shopping there. Okay, because I'm going to go get some video. I'll tell you right now, and you take my video down, I'm not some little group that's going to put up with it. And it's not that I'm looking for a fight either. I have a right as a journalist to go show what you're selling people in a public commons. You say, well, this is private property. Really? I have to know the laws and the court rulings. You operate as if it's free and open to the public. And come on in here. You got bars and restaurants in there and everything else. And the media should have a right to go show what you're doing in there. Be like a shopping mall, they said. Oh, you can't have any media here. Well, the media would start coming in with undercover cameras. This attack on groups. Look, you may think you've bought off the mainstream media, globalist. It's dying. It's dead. See, now the alternative media is the new media. They're legends in their own mind, folks. Legends in their own mind. CNN claims their top show has 1 million viewers. Turned out it was all fake with Nielsen. MSNBC, the same thing. MSNBC's more like 100,000 maybe watching it at one time. They're a joke, but it's all fancy. These big, giant emperors in new clothes, and it's all a fraud. So now they know we're the new media. They know you with the camera listeners could make international news tomorrow, and it freaks them out. It's why they've got new patents and back doors to just turn off all the phones in the city so you can't videotape when they're going around arresting people or shutting down videos. I went and videotaped the Federal Reserve last year at a protest in San Antonio. They took it down. And back then you could go into YouTube and do a counterclaim. Now they just let it happen. Well, they don't have to sue because the Federal Reserve said we can't film their building. Remember that, Aaron?
I sure do.
So in this new America, oh, you don't film our building, American scum. Folks, we better all stand together for the First Amendment or it's over. If you're listening to us on an AM or FM station, may not even agree with some of what I say, you better support the First Amendment or you'll lose yours. It's kind of like last hour. You know, you're like, oh, let's just abort the black babies. You know, blacks are a problem. Oh, really? Well, the globalists want to abort your baby, too. They want to euthanize you when you're old. Don't you get it, folks? You better stand up for some basic standards or we go to Hades in a handbasket. Aaron, I'm ranting. You put this article together today pretty quick. They're now jerking the backup videos. And we have more backups we've posted up at the bottom or linked to. Here is a mirror of the pulled video. It's at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Do we remember to post it at Prison Planet? So many times we just post stuff on InfoWars now. And like I tell the Prison Planet guys, there's all this news on Prison Planet that isn't an InfoWars. And I said, well, you post it on InfoWars. I tell the InfoWars guys, well, you please post on Prison Planet. And the answer is not until hell freezes over in the night circle. Excuse me. Anyways, the point is you turn this article together. It's very good. Whole Foods censors GMO expose. Aaron, tell us what's happening.
It's going to be on Prison Planet in a few minutes, but we're talking about this video went viral. It had hundreds of thousands of views. It was making a spark. All the organic blogs were talking about it, all the health blogs, alternative news, and suddenly it was pulled. Well, maybe the video didn't have any merit. Maybe it wasn't true what they said. But Whole Foods
should have been proven in court.
Whole Foods officially responded to it. They were obviously very nervous about it.
No, I looked it up. They haven't given money to Prop 37. Monsanto's moving into their board. I mean, I've seen it. It's very accurate.
Well, Whole Foods got nervous about the video. They dispelled the rumors, said they weren't deliberately spreading disinformation, but they did admit they do sell GMO ingredients. They sell products with GMOs in it. It's admitted on their official blog, Whole Foods. Now, as far as their donations, they say they don't donate to political causes, to candidates, to these ballot measures, and that's why they haven't backed Prop 37, although they claim to back it.
No, but I mean, they put it out on their website. They've given notice. It was like a year ago. I've said we should do reports on this. I mean, they've been announcing they've got GMO now. I mean, that's...
Well, they had a big meeting with Tom Vilsack, who heads the USDA, with Monsanto at the table where they basically agreed to stand down and let them roll over the whole country with GM alfalfa, which, as you know, is one of the biggest food crops for all livestock.
Yeah.
So
I want to, I told you to report on this last week. I want reports every day now.
Yeah.
The fact that they did this, I want to be out front their stores talking to people. Guaranteed they'll call the cops even when you're on the sidewalk because you're American scum, so am I. You don't stand on the sidewalk filth. Anyways, I'm filthy as well.
This out. They say they won't back Prop 37. The CEOs, Walter Robb in particular, is backing the wife of Tom Vilsack, who's a total whore for the biotech industry, for Monsanto.
Well, I want you to go out there with all the proof and tell the people at Whole Foods, because this was going to be a friendly report. But, you know what, you mess with my First Amendment. Because, again, they have to take over. The main capital of the organic movement has been Whole Foods. And the globalists have gone in and rolled in.
Well, that's what's so sad. I shop at
They probably did it with those SEC investigations. Remember that? And I predicted like 4 years ago when that started, I said, watch, that's it.
I shop at Whole Foods every week. I spend hundreds of dollars a week there.
What's going to happen if they ban your videos? What are you going to do?
Oh, they already try to kick me out for filming the fact that more and more each week there's less and less organic produce. It's more and more conventional every time I go there. And
so you've already filmed devil footage.
Well, I don't have a photographic memory. I was trying to document which areas have...
you American scum. Give them your money. You're not allowed to document the GMO filth.
They tried to kick me out of the store and then followed me around the whole time I was there.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm turning you guys loose. I'm giving Whole Foods fair warning, too. But, I mean, we were going to do one about how you've got the slaves at the regular thing with no organic, basically, and they got to pay 3 times as much. And I've even noticed in the poor stores, it's even more to have organic than in a regular, fancy pants store. Then we'll show kind of the uptown HEB versus the central market versus the Whole Foods.
Well, that's why this is so devilish, because people who seek out to eat organic, to not eat GMO foods, are paying more to shop at Whole Foods. But then, if you don't read every ingredient from everything on the shelf, you're inherently eating GMOs by mistake.
Well, Aaron, it's extreme to want to know what you're eating. And it's extreme to give them, tens of thousands of dollars a year and then want to be able to, understand why everything's turning to GMO. How dare you?
If they try to censor the media covering this, it's going to come out anyway, because employees have already contacted me from there. They're concerned about the way the store's been changed.
Oh, yeah, you want to give your email out for whistleblowers?
Yeah.
We have the whistleblowers at Infowars.com, which we should check every day. I'm sure we are. And what Aaron with 2 A's at Infowars.
Right.
.com.
Yeah.
So, the answer is employees should...
there's a lot of employees...
Hey, they shut down half of Martin Springs yesterday. I found out the employees revolted because I said it was coming, and now they've opened it back up. It's just, you got to start saying no, folks.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be the same at Whole Foods. There's a lot of people who work there because they're concerned about organic issues and about stopping GMO, and they're going to be angry when they look up what their CEOs are doing and who they're meeting with and why they're...
Well, that's why I like Whole Foods. I'll walk in there, and it's like, these are real, quote, liberals. I mean, they're fans. They know what's going on. They're waking up. Everybody loves me over there.
A lot of them tell me they love you. A few say they don't really go for your brand of politics, but they're concerned about organics. So we have a lot of allies there and a lot of outright fans, and as we should. That's
right, because you're on TV, too.
I occasionally get recognized.
It's like Howard Beale says, why do you want me with this message? He goes, because you're on TV, dummy.
The point is, we have to expose this because people are trying to make a conscious choice to avoid GMOs, and they're being sabotaged with a sneak attack because it's infiltrated the whole market. Because corn, soy, canola oil, cottonseed oil, they're in the 90+% range. They're dominating the entire food industry.
And now they don't just have the main 9 food crops and oil crops, the foods that produce cooking oils. Now what they're coming out the next year with 23 more. The next year it's over 100. Everything. From tea leaves to tobacco, it's over. It's all going to have special little back doors at it. So you can't escape. There's no escape if they get this through.
And all the meetings with the Asian private partnerships, the North American Union meetings, the deals between Canada at the border, all that is also meant to push the GMO agreement.
Oh, no, they tell them, we'll let you bring in your product, shut down our industries if you just accept this. We really want your people to eat this special corn that kills bugs that eat it. You're like, but it kills bugs. Never mind. It's just, it's killing the rats. Never mind. Hey, you're run by eugenics companies. Your directors are all on eugenics boards and say they want to get rid of the population. Never mind. Just eat the food. Just eat the food. Just eat the food. We love you. You've studied eugenics, Aaron. How deep is the rabbit hole?
It goes extremely deep. This is covert population control. Look at Monsanto with Agent Orange. They've been warred by other means through chemical resistance against the population from the very beginning of their company. I mean, they've been pushing some really bad stuff.
Same thing with IBM. Same thing with Microsoft. Folks, research it.
And this new rat study where they found the rat does cause cancerous tumors early on in their life, that's been going on for decades, too, because back when Monsanto had not yet absorbed Searle, you found people who were investigating aspartame. They would have their lab.
It took them 3 times to get it approved because it was killing the monkeys.
And all the research that...
They love us, Aaron. The government radiated 4,000 plus foster children to death because they love them. U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, subsection 1528, paragraph B, says they can kill us in secret test if it's for experimentation because they care. These are good people.
Look, Henry Kissinger put an official state policy to use food as a weapon, meaning against the third world. But look at what's happened in the real world. Donald Rumsfeld, other Department of Defense secretaries have headed Monsanto or their subsidiaries. That's food as a weapon.
Food as a weapon. The UN says so. I want to tell all the yuppies that still love abortion, okay, you're going to get your life aborted. You're not going to get your non-GMO, suckers. Enjoy. And all the TSA workers getting radiated, enjoy.
It's really sick, Alex. I mean, it's frustrating. Why are the people from Whole Foods...
The new wheat study came out. The new GMO wheat sterilizes the rats. What's the big deal, Aaron? I'm sure it's an accident, Aaron. I'm sure it's fine, Aaron. So they've got new stun batons that'll kill people, not just electrocute them. I mean, what's wrong with that?
So you got African nations, European nations, Russia refusing our GMOs, but we still have to eat them in America. We can't have that food labeled.
We're land of the free, bud.
That would drive up the cost of food. All these arguments they have, it doesn't add up.
They can't. Oh, it adds up to love, Aaron.
Yeah, it's a love bomb.
Aaron, when they attacked Libya and put al-Qaeda in, that was loving.
I mean, you ask about eugenics, while they have the on-the-surface debate about whether or not we should have population control or pass out condoms in the third world, they're just de facto dumping all these chemicals and poisons on us to reduce the population without asking anyone. That's what's going on with eugenics.
Well, I mean, they said in all these textbooks they would, like eco-science, but let's not listen to that. Everything's fine, Aaron. Don't be so fearful, Aaron. I mean, don't be so fear-mongering. It's good to just shut up and go along with it. Because if you try to warn people and stop it, that's fear-mongering. Like there's already ongoing proxy wars, and they admit there's a war against Iran. But if we say, hey, they're about to go to a bigger war, we're fear-mongers. They're not attacking any countries with drones. There's not wars. There's not checkpoints. They're not devaluing the dollar and other world currencies. Everything's fine. Just because everything we said's coming true means we're bad, Aaron.
Look, I think Whole Foods probably initially was trying to push the organic movement.
They had SEC investigations. I'm on record, if you can dig it up, saying that's the end of Whole Foods. You do an SEC investigation. Mark Cuban was going to put out a loose change that I was producing in theaters on 1,000 screens and all this stuff, the owner of the Mavericks. We were talking to him. And a year later in court, he released it. I was told about it while he was on the phone with Charlie Sheen. I'm listening to this at the house on speakerphone. And he goes, well, I'm going to have to bow out, man. The SEC's calling me up, threatening to put me in jail if I do this. Well, a year later, he released the emails where they were going, imagine seeing an email. We're going to get you because you're going to fund this film. And the Cuban's like, well, I won't do that then. Just over, some tiny stock sale. They still went after him. And he beat it, and they went after him again. So, I mean, I'm not mad at the Whole Foods owners. I mean, they've told him. I remember the SEC investigation?
No.
They did that. No, man, they're going to, dude, they're not going to, they're going to bring, we're under attack too. I just won't back off.
No, the thing is,
most people get threatened, they roll over.
What's that saying about a cornered animal's twice as dangerous? Monsanto knows there's resistance against them. They know people have woken up to GMO foods, that they wouldn't eat them if they were labeled. And so they fought the system again and again to make sure it's never labeled, to make sure it's always fast-tracked approved, never tested by...
Yeah, that's it. No, they're in trouble, and they know it. And so they did an SEC and a bunch of other investigations of Whole Foods and said, look, you do what you say or it's over. We'll be back.
Shackles, don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles, don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother, don't like those RFIDs.
I don't want a chip in my family.
Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny.
Yeah, I say down with Big Brother.
I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny.
That's Jimmy Vaughn, my good buddy, great guy.
I sat down with Big Brother.
And the National ID.
The National ID.
All right, folks, we have covered a lot today so far.
Don't want a chip in my wallet. Chip in my car.
Oh, crank this up.
If I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far.
Yeah, all the big insurance companies are coming out and saying, we'll give you a big discount if you put a satellite tracker in your car. Soon it'll be mandatory. Right here in Austin, where I live, they've got a test program where the government pays you to put a box in your car to then pay by the mile. They're priming all the pumps, and it all goes to foreign banks.
Don't want to chip in my mother, chip in my wife.
They want to destroy this republic.
Stay out of our life. Don't want
That's right. We want to be able to go to a store and buy normal produce, normal meat. But you're like, no, you can't have that.
I say down with Big Brother, no more slavery.
No more slavery, that's right.
Play it for me, baby.
It is that simple, and I have had enough. You know, it's taken me 2 days to get to this, and I haven't gotten to it. I want to thank DrudgeReport.com for linking to it last night until this morning. I'm going to get them to repost this as the top story on Infowars.com right now because everybody needs to get this. TSA confiscates camera and deletes footage of checkpoint. That's one article. TSA rescinds approval to film in response to opt-out campaign. By law, you can film in these quasi-public areas. There are servants. It's not terrorism to film. And I have a declaration at the bottom that I have not yet read entirely on air, and it's very, very important. And so I am going to, I guess, read this on the nightly news tonight. Jakari Jackson is doing the main part of the news. Aaron Dykes is going to be having a special report on Monsanto and the takeover of Whole Foods. All of that's going to be happening. We're in a fight for our lives, folks. If they can force us to eat this GMO, it is over. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of studies where every major GMO crop sterilizes, deforms, mutates, kills mammals it's fed to. And look, there could be GMO that didn't do this. It's designed that way, ladies and gentlemen. It's eugenics. I mean, I've had so many scientists on where they're like, hey, this potato's sterilizing the rats. And they go, of course, that is the plan. That was a Russian scientist I had on. I mean, it's all these companies. Look at who founded modern science. They were eugenicists. And the same big families that believed in it. Hitler was only one little spinoff of these people. And we're under attack, folks. I mean, we're leading the world in cancer, neurological disorders, everything else. Now, continuing here, ladies and gentlemen, we are under incredible, incredible tyranny in this country. And it's going to get a lot worse. Look at what's happened in other countries and other parts of history. And we know that's where the globalists are taking us right now. So it's up to all of you out there to count the cost and decide, are you going to go quietly with this or are you going to make a noise and say no? They think they can just incrementally twist your arm and condition you to accept all this and that you're going to fail and that I'm going to fail. But I know we're made of better stuff than that. So let's get organized, let's get focused, and let's just start speaking out. Many hands make light work.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.